Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be to you right now.
All our viewers at Scooped Podcast. My name is Krishna Barot, and it is my immense pleasure to welcome Mr. Joy Pulambra to our third episode of Scooped's Coffee, Online Coffee with Educators. The theme for this interview is boarding schools, and Mr. Joy is the principal of St. Joseph School, which is in Gujarat. And since he has years and years of experience, we thought that there would be nobody better than him for giving us insights onto this very broad topic. A little bit about Mr. Joy. He comes from the Wayanad district of Kerala, and he's the principal of St. Joseph School. Like I mentioned, he is carrying forth the legacy of his father, Peter Palambra, who was the principal before him. Mr. Joseph has been a man of education long before he began teaching. He has attended many prestigious institutions like St. Xavier's in Ahmedabad, where he got his Bachelor of Sciences, and the University of Baroda, where he got his Master's of Scientists. He joined St. Joseph's as a teacher in 1997, and by 2004, he was the principal. When asked about where his interests lie, Mr. Joy talked about his passion for teaching and nurturing students to excel in life, be it academics, be in sports, be it in cultural activities, or in anything for that matter. Teaching kids, nurturing them, and helping them bloom is his passion. And I think that is a wonderful thing. So, welcome, Mr. Joy. We are delighted to have you here. Is there anything you would like to say about yourself?
First of all, I would like to thank you for this amazing platform created to interact with educationists and throw light on the education system per se.
Yes.
And yes, I believe this is going to be a very empowering and an enlightening session with you. Thank you,
Thank
Krishna,
you.
to have me on board.
No problem. It's all our pleasure. So now we will dive right into the Q&A session. Like I mentioned, our theme is boarding schools. So my very first question to you is, everybody has a different outlook of boarding school, even though we all have a definition for it. It has a different set of experiences and memories for everyone. So according to your experiences, how would you best define boarding school?
See, unfortunately, boarding schools have been termed as some detention center or something like that. It's very sad for certain cases, and I wouldn't blame the society for that because the parents believe that they give the best to the child at home. And if they send the child to a boarding school, the child will be deprived of some of the luxuries or comforts at home. But it's the other way. The fact is that when a child goes to a boarding school, and which is basically around 9 months of a year, the child is totally in a child-centric environment where
Yes,
the full environment caters to the needs of a child, how the child needs to be nurtured. So if you talk of the routine, the daily routine is child-centric.
yes,
The daily exercise, the activities, the academic schedule of the day is all child-centric here.
of
So, and
course.
the child is with a peer group, with same age group. A child loves to play. A child loves to be with the and talk with the children of his own age.
Of course.
And the child is in such an amazing, lively, vibrant group of children that the child literally blooms.
Yes,
And the best part is being with children, being with everyone of us like-minded, a peer group, students or children, there are no inhibitions. So what they would have thought twice of doing when at home, though they would have loved to do it, here the peer group encourages them to do it. So they all go as one, be it like our child may be scared of water. But seeing 30 students of his class jumping into the pool, he just jumps in the pool and he enjoys the pleasure of being in the swimming pool. So it's
definitely.
actually a very enabling experience in a boarding school. And boarding schools have evolved. Boarding schools have evolved over time. And being child centric, they are doing the best for the children. That's nice.
Of course. I mean, I have also attended boarding school, so every single word you're saying resonates so much with me right now. It's bringing back memories of it.
So nice.
So, exactly. So, my second question to you is that the moment each child steps into boarding school for the first time, it's very different for each child. Somebody might be happy, somebody might be scared or nervous. From all your years of experience, what do you think are, some very common thoughts that children have when they step in, and what have your staff and you done to ensure that their transition from their home life to the boarding school life is very seamless?
So what we do is children basically, especially the smaller ones, the younger ones, they get excited seeing vibrant colors or different things. Say they see something different which they don't see at home.
Yes.
You enter the hostel, you have a play park nearby, you have a pool nearby, you have maybe some rabbits or some birds in the aviary, or you may be having the horses, the dogs, and amazing playground. You have got so many children of your age. They see them all bubbly and they're all running around and scampering and having fun. And these children say, wow, it's such a fun place. So when they come here, then most of our, and then one of our staff members would just introduce politely themselves to the child and take them for a tour sort of thing to show, explain the daily routine. And invariantly, without me assigning any child, the other children of his age group would just pull him. Say, okay, fine, come, let's go, this, that. And it given maybe in a few minutes' time, the other children had taken over.
Yes.
The staff is free and staff is just walking around observing, and children are explaining the routines, and they show them, okay, this is your bed, here, see, I'm sleeping here, this is my place, this is the wardrobe, this is the time, see, this is the schedule, they explain the day. And the child gets into the system. Oh wow, so many good like-minded children around, and they're so happy here. So eventually they forget about that, like the transition from home to the boarding to a
Yes.
school. And actually, you know what? There is one cause of a worry from the child side as to घर पे तो I tell everything to my parents. Yeah, whom would I say? And they
Yeah.
get a little worried. So
Yes.
I've observed it silent. I've observed it. Some children say, if you have any problem, you meet that ma'am or you meet that sir. Sir will help you out. If you remember your parents, you want to talk to your parents, meet that sir. That sir will make you speak to your parents. They're quite comfortable. They're made very comfortable, and we don't instruct the children at all.
All right.
The peer group who have been here for a year or more, they had their own experiences, they had their own apprehensions, and they nicely deal with the situation. And it's so nice to see the eyes of the parents. You observe the parents, and they feel so relaxed and so okay, my child is fine,
Yes.
and the child is fine. And then they explain the next activity with so much of enthusiasm, interest, that the child has no inhibitions in waving bye to the parents, and then the other parents, okay, the parent will come after 2 weeks to see you. So the child is consoled. Yes, the parents are going to come to see me. And once they come, they see and they go back, then the child knows, oh, I'm here for studies. My parents keep coming and going. They visit us. There's nothing to worry. Vacations, I will go home. So they take everything in the right spirit and they get in the mood of the daily schedule of the school. So it's very
Yes.
interesting to observe this.
Of course, definitely. It's actually a very wonderful and intriguing experience. So I want to know from you that you took over the legacy of your father, and he was the founder of St. Joseph's School, if I'm not wrong.
That's
So
right.
from all this, from all those years, from your childhood till right now, as you're managing the school, what are certain changes that you've noticed, some landmark changes which you would like to talk about in the boarding school system?
See, to be honest, my father was also a very dynamic person. His vision was great, and he set up the school, the infrastructure so well. The best part about our school was we were always trying to remain relevant to the times.
Of course.
So we were very relevant to the times. So that there was we can't the transition was so smooth. Like the school started in 1980 and now it is 21, it is 41 years. But from no tech, to less anxious parents, you meet the parents only once in 3, 4 months to once in a month. You didn't have a proper contact. You do trunk dialing and you take hours to get connected to the parents
Yes,
sometimes.
yes,
To now just click a few buttons and you're in touch with them. So
yes.
all these things, apart from that, the education system, the classrooms,
Mhm.
the hostel studies and the the boarding routines, the refectory, the refectory, everything have all kept up with the time. So there hasn't been much of a. We found everything going very smoothly, so we don't see
Yes.
such drastic changes taking place.
All
But if
right.
you compare 1980 in the 80s to the 21s, yes, there has been a lot of change,
Of
better
course.
facilities, much more conducive environment than those days, and
Yes.
more informed time we are in.
Yes, definitely.
So it's nice.
Of course. So, Mr. Joy, some parents try to encourage their children to go to boarding school. They say that, you become independent, it'll be a new world. And we all know for a fact that boarding schools shape a child's personality in certain ways. So, I would like to know, according to you, what are some distinct ways in which a boarding school educated child is different from a child who goes to a regular school?
The most important thing is the child is disciplined,
Yes.
maintains a proper time schedule. He or she has got a daily schedule and follows it to the T.
Yes.
But at the same time, the best part is they follow the schedule, but they are flexible also. They can just, at, at an instant, they are
Yes.
okay with different environment.
Yes, definitely.
They cope up very fast. They cope up very well. And then they have no inhibitions in trying new activities, which is good for the time or for them or for people around them. They are always amazing team player and
Yes.
they take up team leadership roles very well. And another striking characteristic what I noticed was they are very good people reader. They understand people very well. They
Definitely.
understand people very well, and they are fit for the world, ready to go to any corner of the world and bloom there.
Definitely. I mean, yes, it does shape people in so many ways. And even my parents were impressed when they saw the effect of boarding school on children. It's really a world like no other. And I wanted to ask you, you had mentioned right in the beginning that, certain parents have misconceptions about boarding school, bad facilities, harsh environments, and it's too strict. And we all know that there are these misconceptions, and educators like you, I'm sure, have been tackling them also. So if you had a chance to address these people directly, what would you say to them?
See, when you talk of harsh environment or strict discipline, it's like it's nothing like that. Like what you say is at home, you always go soft on your child. Whether you like it or not, it's very difficult for a parent to say a strict no. Whereas in a boarding, when it is no, it's not a no for the only child, it's no for the full group of children.
Yes.
So they take it very well. So what happens is a child learns to accept no as an answer. The child looks for options. Okay, now what? What
Yes.
beyond? And when you talk of harsh environments, so when they talk about no, yes, no, very clear cut instructions and permissions, they believe it is strict. No, it reduces confusions.
All right.
No double standards. No
Yes.
double standards. If it's no for one child, it's no for the other child too.
Yes.
Depending on the environment, of course, and situational, right? And about the harsh environment, there's nothing called harsh environment these days. Like in the boarding schools, as I mentioned earlier, it's child centric.
Yes.
A child needs good food. A child needs a healthy academic schedule.
Yes.
The child needs a very good room to stay in, good wardrobes, good hygiene areas, and good playgrounds with good monitoring, adult monitoring.
Yes.
It's all been done, and with a variety of activities. It's very difficult for parents to give all the. I would say even it would be a big challenge for the parents to provide in 50% of the activities what a boarding school provides.
Mhm.
It's a big challenge.
All right.
The child being with their age group and all, and in being the same age group into various activities, they come up very well. They bloom. They understand their potentials. Their weaknesses are taken care of, and their strengths are blooming.
Yes.
They do very well. And I don't think any parents, once they see the boarding schools, they properly visit boarding schools and see. And what does the child need? A playground. So first thing, what when a parent sees a boarding school should see, does the school give importance to playgrounds?
Uh-huh. All
If it's
right.
there, it's all sorted.
All
Children,
right. All right. That's a very interesting take. So, in all these years, you've been a principal, you must have interacted with so many children. You must have helped them. You must have shared their happiness, helped them in their low times. So, is there, if you had to share one defining memory you had of this entire experience, it could be with a child, it could be some lesson you learned, just something which has stuck to your heart. What would it be?
see the two instances when I take into consideration when the children are with us in the school,
All right.
I've observed that you find a child hovering around you once in a while. So
Okay.
you just come to know the child needs you. Don't the child needs to talk to you, right? You just
Uh-huh.
give a conducive environment, and there the child is fine. And you don't need to know everything. Just be with the child, and child is comfortable.
Yes.
Second thing, what I observed in the boarding school is what struck me the most was if any child is injured by accident while playing a game, that someone is you, it's so amazing to notice the children come up together to support the child. They would carry the child so comfortably and take to the first aid room.
Yes.
And if the child needs help while dressing or while taking bath, I've observed children helping a child to dress up because he had a plaster on his hand,
Uh-huh.
uh, helping a child take a shower. So nice. And the other thing is, even the after the child leaves the schools, the they somehow they know which are teachers they vibe well with.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And it's amazing in this so many years of experience, we have found our students getting back to us.
Yes.
It when they are emotionally stressed, when they are just stressed, when they interact with us, they send a one-liner that's I'm very happy and relaxed after interacting with you. I had a child recently. She needed to interact. She interacted with us so well, and she was very open to saying what her fears were and all that. Very fine. Like that, we have got so many other teachers who have been teaching for 20, 30 years. The children get in touch with them, and because they're, and more so, we have seen with boarders, with the hostel,
Yes.
and also with the day students, when we take them on exhibit on excursions, that's the when the major bonding takes place. That's a boarding schools. We got so much of happening time with the children that the bond comes up naturally, and we
Yes.
learn so much from the children.
Of
We learn
course.
so much from the children. It's only we teachers need to be open to understand their perspective and be a responsible child with the children.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
I'm sure that when people say in boarding school, you don't end up having friends and teachers, you actually end up having a family of sorts. I'm sure they're right when they say that.
Very. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So, as a leader, are there any changes that you would like to see or personally implement in the boarding school system, specifically at your school? Anything that might be in your mind or is a vision for you?
At the moment, Krishna, it's very difficult for me to tell you because, as I told you, our system has been always very dynamic.
Yes.
So what we do, and that's happened. That's so with most of the boarding schools, because boarding schools are set up with an idea to cater to the needs of a child and to nurture a child.
Yes.
So we continuously evolve, and because we are continuously evolving, we are trying our best and we are successful to keep pace with the times.
Of
The
course.
best part, the best part of my school is I am just trying to see as to how long I can keep gadgets off my children.
Oh,
That's it, because at the moment I'm off gadgets.
all right.
Understood very well. Children know what to do with their free time. They keep themselves constructively occupied. They'll play some indoor games. They'll read some books. They'll go for walks in the campus under our supervision, or they will be innovative in their own games without anything. They'll be playing a game. So
Wow.
they're occupied. So we have been very successful in being a gadget-free school.
Wow.
Only our
Indeed.
computer lab is well equipped. Our classrooms are smart enabled. Those all resources are always there, but we are
Yes.
gadget free.
That's that's a very hard feat to achieve, and kudos to you for that, because today's generation simply cannot keep their hands off devices. So that's actually a very good thing, honestly.
And Krishna, one very interesting thing what happened, an ex-student came to meet me and we are talking about certain things and he came with his child because next year is going to be join our school.
All right.
And then the mother was a little anxious. Then I just said the best time about these gadgets. Then I asked, does your husband use the phone very often? Said, no, he hardly is on the phone. He is busy doing his work or is so active. Others is less time on his gadget. Only when it's necessary, he's on the gadget. So
Oh,
they get disciplined how to use the gadgets for the constructive needs of the
okay.
person.
Yes, that's very good. That I have a lot of respect for that right now. So we are arriving at our last question. You had mentioned earlier that you have learned lessons while observing all the children in your school. If you had to name a few, maybe two or three, very interesting lessons that you learned from the children around you, something that they might have taught you, what would they be?
Oh, my goodness, that's a very nice thing now. How to list a few of these things. For an example, when a child wanted to understand something, so I try to be a little strict in speaking in English.
All right.
Okay, and so I try to explain some sums to a problem numericals in maths to a child who had just joined a school, and he had come from a so-called English medium school. So I was trying to explain in English itself, and the child was getting a little nervous. And I found one of his classmates, sir, I know this sum. I'll explain it to him, sir. I said, wonderful. Please go ahead. The child takes the boy and goes to the corner of the class where he's sitting and he's explaining the sum. I was off and I found that the child so much at ease, and I could see the expression, I could understand it. I went closer and I was just observing. I went around and I just said, he was explaining so softly and so nicely. And the child was trying to understand everything. And where he had a difficulty, he would use the vernacular language and to
Uh-huh.
explain that a little bit. And Arams, and the boy did very well. And other thing, when I get harsh, at times we preoccupied. And so we get a little upset with the children. Then I've also observed one case where one of my students came up to me, uh, sir, I'll help this boy out. There's
All
certain
right.
things he couldn't find out his uniform in the morning. He couldn't find out his uniform in the morning. I said, how can you be without a uniform in the school? I said, sir, I can't find it. So I was upset. Immediately I find one of the just 2 years senior to the child. The boy comes and says, sir, I'll help him out, sir. And he takes the child and he goes, and the boy comes with his uniform.
All
And it's
right.
so nice. So, like, you don't need to be anxious always.
Yes,
You just relax and listen and try to be one with one. It becomes very easy.
definitely. That's actually great. Teachers, I'm sorry, students sometimes make the best teachers, and I think that is living proof of that. Yes.
If they like something, they will not waste an opportunity to say thank you, or they will not feel an opportunity to express their appreciation for the thing.
Yes.
Immediately it is.
Yes.
And if they have done something wrong and you are, they miss, sir, I'm sorry, and so I'll not repeat it again. They just look at your gesture and they just understand everything. So it's so simple to keep things simple. Just say a little sorry, or if you like something, just say thank you, and it's over and out. And you move ahead.
Yes.
Amazing. Children are great.
Of course. That's wonderful. So now we have reached the end of our interview, and this was a very enriching one and a very nostalgic one personally because it just reminded me of so many things. So thank you so much for that. Based on what I've heard from your talk, St. Joseph seems like a very nurturing and enriching school. And this is exactly the kind of place parents want for their children, and children want when they go away from their home. They want to be in a place where they can grow, where they can flourish, where they can make mistakes and they can learn from it. And as a boarding school kid, I'm very grateful to educators like you who treat those children like your own. So thank you for that. And thank you so much for your time. We at
Thank you
Scooped,
very much, Krishna. It
yes,
was a very nice interaction what we had.
yeah,
And but talking to you, I was a lot of thoughts have come across my mind, and I'm sure it'll be better for my students now. It'll be good.
yeah.
Thank you very much for this platform, Krishna, and it's nice.
Thank you so much. And to all our viewers, thank you so much for watching this episode. And I hope the theme of boarding schools brought back some memories for those who have had the privilege of attending it. Please do keep tuned for more podcasts that will come out. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Joy.
Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Scoopet.